Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Screen Hollywood. It's your host, Adam. If you're new here, welcome to the Hollywood family. Hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, bookmark and subscribe to our international news publication at screenhollywood.com, where we release all the latest news and entertainment information first. Today, we need to talk about the biggest movie on the horizon, the one that's supposed to be the savior of the entire MCU, Avengers Doomsday. The marketing machine is in full swing. We're seeing carefully leaked behind-the-scenes footage, and we're being told this is the epic return to form we've all been waiting for. But what if I told you that's a carefully crafted illusion? What if I told you that behind the curtain, this production isn't just troubled, it's in a state of absolute free-falling chaos? Because today we're pulling that curtain back. We've got reports from the set, exclusive information from our sources, and a horrifying demographic analysis that shows Marvel is facing a true doomsday scenario. Settle in, because this is the story they don't want you to hear. All right, let's start with the most fundamental building block of any film, let alone a multi-billion-dollar blockbuster: the script. You'd assume that with a release date looming next year, the script would be locked, laminated, and distributed. You would be wrong. One of the most alarming red flags waving over this production is that the script for Avengers Doomsday is reportedly still not finished, despite the movie being deep into production. Folks, this is a major issue. It signals a complete lack of structure. It means there's no clear vision, and they are basically making it up as they go along, hoping to fix it all in post-production. Don't just take my word for it. In a recent interview, Rebecca Romijn, who is reprising her role as Mystique, admitted she didn't even know if the script was finished or if she would be needed for more filming. Think about that. A key actor has no idea what the final story is. We've also heard that Chris Hemsworth has reportedly finished filming all of his scenes as Thor, or at least all the scenes he's aware of. How can you finish your part in a story when the story itself doesn't have an ending yet? It's madness. And it gets worse. This lack of a coherent plan is creating chaos on set. We've heard about major bust-ups, specifically between the big egos of Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds. Sources are reporting that tensions got so high that at one point, RDJ flat-out refused to film scenes with Reynolds. When your two biggest comeback and crossover stars can't share a green screen, your movie is in trouble. Now, there's major damage control currently happening where they are saying it's misinformation and it's been blown out of proportion, but we have had confirmation that this isn't true. The same attempts to control the narrative on the incomplete script was also shot down by the cast, who are as bemused as we are. The claim from Marvel is that this was done intentionally to add new ideas, but this isn't a productive way to manage a multi-million-dollar project. So why is this happening? It all comes down to one word: desperation. Behind Kevin Feige's confident smile and the slick marketing, Disney is putting the production team under make-or-break pressure. The studio is demanding a gigantic profit for Avengers Doomsday. Our sources tell us they need to clear in excess of $1.7 billion in global returns for this movie to be considered a success. With the budget spiraling out of control, anything less is a failure. Marvel is in absolute desperation. To hit this number, they're pulling out all the stops, throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. They're bringing back Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and smashing the X-Men into the mix. It's a strategy built on nostalgia. By the way, if you want to know more about that, check out our Avengers vs. X-Men video after this, where I break down the entire X-Men agenda. Now, our close sources confirm that the studio was originally thrilled they could lure Robert Downey Jr. back with a monster paycheck. They believed he was the silver bullet, the key to winning back the massive audiences of the Infinity Saga. But a recent top-level demographic analysis performed by Marvel Disney has sent shockwaves of panic through the executive suites. And here's the exclusive news you won't hear anywhere else. That analysis revealed that over 65% of potential moviegoers don't care that Robert Downey Jr. is coming back. Let me repeat that. The nostalgia bomb they spent a fortune on is a dud with nearly 2/3 of the audience. But here's the truly horrifying part. Further analysis identified that they have all but lost Gen Z, specifically 18 to 24-year-old males. This demographic has fallen to a pitiful 14%. 14%. This is a catastrophic failure for Marvel Disney. Gen Z is supposed to make up between 50 and 60% of their global audience. Without them, there is no path to success. Things in that studio have gotten very, very serious. And despite the huge layoffs and recent reports of cutting back on A-lister paychecks, that won't help them reach their $1.7 billion target if Gen Z has no interest in turning up to the cinema. And don't be fooled by the marketing. The same time, care, and meticulous planning that went into Avengers Endgame is nowhere to be found here. This movie is not coming from a place of passion. It's coming from a place of irrationality and erratic desperation. It's almost poetic that the movie is called Doomsday, because that's quite literally what it represents for Marvel on release day next year. The pressure is immense. This movie doesn't just need to be good, it needs to be outstanding. We saw this proven with Fantastic Four: First Steps. That movie was critically praised. Critics loved it, but it was still a major failure at the box office, and the studio lost heaps of money. Good is no longer good enough for Marvel. So I am calling it now. Based on all of the information we have received and researched, there is no way, absolutely no way, Avengers Doomsday will make anything close to $1.7 billion next year. No chance. The in-game audience left the building years ago, and since then, Marvel has been feeding us woke crap and disjointed stories, expecting us to keep showing up. To be honest, it's quite insulting to the intelligence of the audience to think that they can just bring back an aging Robert Downey Jr. and a few members of the Avengers' old guard, and everyone will come running back with their wallets open. Sure, it'll work on maybe 30% of the old audience, but that's not even close to being enough. I've called this in our previous Marvel videos, and I will call it again. Marvel's time is done. The glory years were incredible while they lasted, but let's be crystal clear, that's the past, and those days aren't coming back. The studio is broken, and they don't know how to fix it. If you want to know my take, check out our Marvel is Broken video, where I lay out the only way Marvel can actually come back from this terrible run. But I'll tell you right now, they won't have the balls to do it. So what do you think? Is this production a disaster waiting to happen? Can Marvel pull a miracle out of the fire? Or is this truly the end? Let me know your predictions down in the comments. As always, if you appreciate this kind of no-holds-barred analysis, hit that like button, subscribe to Screen Hollywood, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. This has been Adam for Screen Hollywood. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.